Yo, BJ Gaddour with the Daily BJ. This is the 6x6x6 size and strength circuit. The description of the video outlines the exact programming, sets, reps, progression from week to week. I'm just going to quickly show you the 6 movements. We're going to start with the pull-up. And all these movements, you want to pick a loader variation that challenges you in a single set for 8 to 12 repetitions. Then you're doing sets of 6 from there to really get sub-maximal repetition, but also a lot of volume in to layer on that muscle mass as we do it. So we're going with pull-ups. Any variation you want, your strongest here. This tends to be most joint friendly. This is the most challenging. Pick whatever variation you want that really works. I'll just show the neutral grip option since most people can do it. You're gonna pull the ribs and shoulders down, clench the glutes, and then pull the elbows to the ribs, squeeze, lower and control, all right? And if you can do more than 8 to 12 reps in a single set with any pull-up variation, you want to then add weight via a weight vest or a dip belt, or move to a more challenging pull-up variation. So if you can do a lot of reps here, more than 12 reps chin up, but you can only do, let's say, 8 overhand, wider grip, go with that option. You can have access to a weight vest or a weight belt. So from there, the dip, movement 2. So that's the first minute. After you get your 6 reps, rest the remainder of that minute. The next minute, you do the same thing with dips. 6 reps. If you can't do dips, use push-ups or incline chest presses as a modification to really get the chest pattern we're trying to get after. Here we go. So the key on the dip, depends on the setup. Some people can have straight legged if the dip bar is high enough. Either way, I want the legs squeezed together, ribs, shoulders down, and we're focusing on vertical forearms as we do it, lowering to the point where that upper arm is at least parallel to the floor, and then we push up. If you can do more than 8 to 12 reps in a single set, you add weight via a weight vest or a dip belt, okay? Movement 3 and 4 is a Bulgarian split squat. You can load it so many different ways. You're gonna focus on the form and technique. If you load it more front loaded, like a goblet style or in the rack position, that'll have more quad emphasis. If you load it low with, let's say, a pair of dumbbells, get you a little more glute ham, but this is my favorite lower body movement. Minute 3 is one leg, minute 4 is the other. Start weak side. So the key is, I like to start at the bottom of this movement. Let's show that side view here. And I actually like, people usually go really wide and long and get into extended position, so I like more of a closer stance. So if you start at the bottom, I like it so that knee is slightly in front of the ankle, all right? It allows me to get more quad stress, but also keep better core and spinal position. Rib shoulders down, abs crunch, back glute tight, head right here, balancing a glass of water on my head, and then I'm just gonna stand up and then lower and control, all right? Back knee kisses the ground, come back up, and you want to pick a weight that challenges you. Again, in a single set, you can only do 8 to 12 reps. You're doing sets of 6 from there, all right? And my favorite option is, well, I like them all. So, Bulgarian split squat. You could also use any split squat variation you want. Again, don't focus on the exact movement I'm showing you. Find a variation that works the same muscle groups that works for you in your gym setup and your equipment access. The press. Now, I'm going to show you my 2 favorite pressing options to get more shoulders. The dip is going to be more chest focused. So we've got the classic overhead press. All right, I like to do these if I'm going for more of a shoulder focus, slight elbow out position, about 30 to 45 degrees from the trunk, and you get a little more middle delt that way. All right, but for some people that can bother their shoulders, so you can go more elbows in, pure hammer grip, or you can go palms facing in that rotational Arnold press to get all 3 heads of the delt. So you've got options. You pick which one that works for you. For many that have shoulder mobility issues or a history of shoulder pain, a better option will be some sort of landmine pressing variation. So in that way, we have a barbell put into a landmine post or a corner of a wall. If you have an attachment like the clean and jerk bar from Pure Motion, I would add this one in. You get 10% off on this, by the way, at puremotion.net with my coupon code TheDailyBJ. But the arcing path of the bar kind of puts you in a tweener between a horizontal and a vertical push, very shoulder friendly, and hammers that area with less joint stress. So all I'll do in that case is press just like that. 6 quality reps, all right? Elbows tight to the side. And I think it's important to do some pressing on a standing basis. You can do some seated work, but that just builds strength from the feet up. A lot of good core stability work as well. And again, you could do this. You can take that attachment off and just hold and cuss the thick end of the barbell and do it that way as well. And then the final option is any sort of hip hinge variation. You can do deadlifts or trap bar deadlifts, but for me, because that Bulgarian split squat is more quad dominant, I'm looking for one that is more hip dominant. So Romanian or stiff-legged deadlifts are my preferred option. You can go dumbbell, barbell. I like the dual renegade options here. And all I'm gonna do is So we're just isolating hip flexion extension. Knees are soft, but then from there, I'm just gonna hinge at the hips, close the car door with my butt, head in line with the spine, squeeze the glutes through. You actually will slightly round the upper back at the top, which really allows you to get good core positioning and more glute activation at the top of the movement. So I like this because not only does it require lighter loads because you get no quad assistance, but it really also helps build the whole back, the whole posterior chain. It's in my mind, people like to do heavy rows. I like to do heavy hip hinges and then higher rep rows. It's just my preference on how to really build the back because it's really perfect to load up that situation. My glutes and hams will always be stronger than my back and grip. So in many ways, hip hinges, because the limiting factor is your upper body, I think it actually has more benefits to the upper back area as well, upper back. Okay, so that is the workout. I'm having a lot of trouble talking today. Just turned 36, elder millennial. Love you guys, peace.